Hello everybody, my name is Ekman and welcome back to Satisfactory. Okay, so today's video is going to be different than what I had before, but it's going to be a little bit shorter than the other videos I had from before, like the previous videos. Now, I know you're probably wondering about the Phase 2 elevator, because that's actually getting closer to be done, but I'll cover that in another video. There's actually one thing that's actually on my mind, and it's about the pipe system. But it's actually only included in Experimental 1.2, and the pipeline I want to talk about is this. Yes, the T-junction. Now you might be wondering,
Zekman, why the T-junction? Out of all the other updates, why are you talking about this one?
well, all the other YouTubers and everyone else talking about the daisy chain that is very nice to have. This one is actually something that I don't know if everyone's talking about it or not. It may not sound like a big deal, but trust me, it should. Because in the past, we actually had pipelines way back in early access. And, wait, do none of them have the other piece? No? Excuse me for a moment. Quick note, I am actually continuing to not touch the ground at all. And if you want to know why, it's because of a challenge made up. Now, as I was saying from before, back in the early access of Update 3, with the fluid update that's changed everything, we usually have this junction, the pipeline junction, or as I like to call it, the four-way junction. Now, this usually splits 4 ways, but there's actually one problem. Not everyone is actually going to use the full 4-way junction. So obviously, one is just going to be open like this. Yeah, it's just going to be open like that. And I don't know if this is true, that causes fluids with an issue and stuff like that back then. I don't know why some people would say, or people would say in the past, that these fluids are like, pipelines are like broken or anything. But that's not really the case. So I want to talk about this whole junction. You see, when you have the junction, which is the T, it's only available in 1.2 experimental build, so everything I say is not going to be finalized because there might be some changes and stuff. But theoretically, this junction was the only thing that we had to use, and for years, we usually just have one ending that's just open all the time. Which I don't think it causes some fluid issues, but just imagine you're just trying to build a factory with your fluids and stuff, and you accidentally connect one pipe to an opening.
Yeah, that could get very annoying.
But with the T-junction, all that changes. Now, this is not much of a game changer or a feature, but this is actually a nice thing to actually have. And to be honest, I was hoping to find something like this for pipelines, so that we don't have the extra 4-way or the extra output that's just going to be open. This is actually good because even though it's not much of a big change, it actually is. I didn't notice there's like welding right here that's just that they have the change. I actually like that. It's actually the same on all these. How did I not miss that detail? Well, anyway, I did actually wanted to make a video for this. All because I just didn't want it to nag on my mind. But I am right. Because this actually changes a lot. Now, I don't actually have the put one right here, but it is actually part of the new update, so I had to use it to my advantage. This T-junction for the pipeline is so good that you don't have to worry about, actually worry about a fourth ending like this to be like exposed or open like that. It's actually pretty good. I mean, yeah, we probably don't actually need something like this, but at least it's nice and at least it's nice. Oh, in case you didn't notice, yes, I changed my gun, my build gun, to the stripes instead of the usual RPG. Because of my because of the new playthrough. This whole T-junction, this is something I've been wanting to see and add to the game. It's something I've been waiting for. All because I was getting sick and tired of using this. And this is actually going to be good for the rest of the factory, because as soon as you build the pipeline for your refineries, you can use this instead of this. So there's like no more like moments that a pipeline just connected here and you have to deconstruct it. You actually can just build this, and honestly, this looks pretty good. Sure, it actually looks nice and clean. It doesn't have that opening, but at least it's nice. Now, just to be honest, not every single junction like this is going to be fully used, because most of the time, you're not going to be using it. You're going to be using the T-junction, and most of the time, this T-junction would have been a big savior and a problem to the pipeline issue. Plus, I know this junction has a priority, but with the T-junction, that priority is like maybe no longer the case, or maybe it's just not like recommended anymore, because with the T-junction, it changes the priority, or maybe it doesn't change the priority. But without that fourth output, yeah, you can understand and see where I'm going with this, right? And you're definitely going to be seeing this T-junction more often in my builds, all because you don't actually have to worry about a fourth ending like this. And this is just only one example. You don't have to build something like this to spread the water out. There's a better way to doing that. But I'm only showing you this example because it's not just, you know, part of the new update, but also it's actually very nice to actually have. It's something I wanted to talk about. I don't know how many people are talking about this T-junction and how good it is, even though it's not that big of a change. To me, it actually is. I don't really need that like fourth output or input like this for all my builds. And obviously, we've been using this for years without having another junction. But that's no longer the case. I'm glad they actually gave us the T-junction to use to build with. And even though it's just only one building piece that's new for the pipes, it is actually pretty darn good. It's actually useful. That way you don't have to worry about that fourth output. I know I said that before, but as a reminder, still cannot get over how good this T-junction is. It's really good. And yes, you don't have to worry about using this on all of your pipes and stuff. The only time this is recommended is that you need to split in 4 different directions, or have 3 come into one and go out as an output. But for the priority that can mess everything up, it's a bit of a problem, I know.
And I can't even tell which way is priority. Is this the high priority?
Or is this a high priority?
Yeah, I know. It can be confusing.
Don't get me started with, hold on. Don't get me started with, you know, the high priority when it sticks to walls. Yes, you can stick to these walls. Yeah, you can stick these things to the walls. Can you do the same thing with this? Yes, you can. That is good. That is so nice. It's actually nice. Very nice. Yeah. So, I hope you get an understanding what I'm trying to say here. Because this, yeah, definitely going to use it way more often than this. I actually like it very much. So I think Unseen Studio did a great job. And even though I guess I could have done the pipe system much better than this, all this power I just built for my coal fact for the coal plant, it's just temporary. I'm going to build better than that. Once I unlock the fuel generator, that is. And just in case you were wondering, yes, I'm making over 5,000 megawatts of power, which should last me a good amount of time. As long as the production doesn't reach the max capacity, we'll be fine. Yeah, and yeah, that's all I want to talk about. And even though you still can't paint these, yes you can. Also for the painting, back then, in like early access, red use a color card, that was so annoying. I'm glad they removed that. But yeah, whatever you do, if you're going to be building a factory, use this T-junction way more often than this 4-way junction. I don't think this T-junction solves all the priority problems for your pipes, but still, it's really nice to have. And I don't think they can go any lower than this, since you do need a 3-way or 4-way to split your pipes and of course the fluids in different directions. But hey, look at all this. Oh, wait, hold on. Look at this. Not sure why my camera's sitting on the character, but look at this. It's pretty nice, isn't it? And this T-junction back here, also very nice. Really do love it so much. This may not sound like a big deal to everybody, but it should. It actually should. It's really nice. Okay, well, other than that, I don't think I have anything else to say. Because I think I covered enough. And I think this is actually going to be great and all. And I am going to get back to making the videos for this game. I'm not very... I mean, no, I do want to live stream. But I got to get like a second monitor. I haven't got one. I'm not going to live stream with just one computer monitor like Queso does. I mean, it's really nice to have a second computer monitor and all that stuff. But all of this is now being quite satisfying. And the reason why I'm making a second playthrough is because, well, I know my first one was like, I like started like 1.0, what I should have started back when I was first playing the game in early access. So there's a lot of opportunities and potential in this, I know. So that's why I'm actually making this playthrough. I want to actually try something new and do a lot of building. I never actually get a chance or get the opportunity to do a lot of like the base building and customization of my own direction. And I was seeing a lot of YouTube videos. The potential and inspired is there, but I want to try something different. Like, I know a lot of you YouTubers out there have used the concrete foundation for walls. That's fine, but I kind of actually want to use the regular walls. Like these, but in a creative way. And I got some ideas, and this time, I am going to take the time to actually build those. So this is going to be pretty good. Okay, well, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you want to play this game for yourself, I'll leave a link down in the description below. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Bye! Just remember to use this T-junction. I promise it's going to save your life and save you from all the hassle and the trouble that those four-way junctions could give you.